Which part of me do you want? The part you can see? The part you can't see? I don't know. You want a piece of me? You've already got me. I was reading, and this is not the book, but we're reading from the Sidor. Sidor, C saying 51. Dor is sleeping, the sleeping gold, like the bear. To bear with life, to bear in life, and to be born to. Berne. Hiberne, to hibernate. Within the high heavens, bear is to be born. Nate, no, Nate is the birth. Bear is to be the born of. Born of. Ben, bear, the same thing. Born of the father, born of the mother. We know that in roulette they have a single zero, alpha, and they have a double zero, beta, alpha, beta. Put them together. The single zero goes between the two, connecting them both. They each in their own their own single zeros in the middle, the heart of each one. Sometimes it's over to one side or the other because of the center heart below. The center heart below, when you put a circle here, and a circle over it, will be slightly over to one side and slightly over to the other side, where the eye comes in, creating the fleur-de-lis. Now, I just made some beautiful, this nice piece of art that fits so perfectly on the shirts, the fleur-de-lis. It was so perfect because that's what I see in my heart. So I'm reading this. Okay, and I'm reading this in English, and I can't get to the exact page where it is, but if you were sitting with me 24 hours a day and just being able to hear all this stuff, in part of it is God is with you, and he's sort of building with you, and he's because and it talks about arise, everybody arise, and like I'm saying, rise, rosin, rose, white and red, the mixture of blood, arise, the Holy Ghost within, because upstairs where they keep the hope, because if they close upstairs, downstairs only survives in the B world. But once you close upstairs, my friends, we're all zombies down here. We only know the basic instinct. Can we retain, and for how long can we contain our sanity without working with the alpha world? Who do we become? We've already been strung up and cut off from that system. So in these books, in this Hebrew book that I'm reading, so the gentleman next to me, he says, but that's the English side. It's been translated. And another guy next to him says to him, yes, but the English side, the Hebrew side is also translated. Translated over years and years and years. Books. So it's telling me in this book actually that Hashem, the Almighty God, because there's a Lord our God, God of the universe. So there's more than one God in this Hebrew book. They're saying, I'm only one God, yes, but he must break himself down, break himself up. He's more than one. It's the Satan God. He's the God of all 10. He owns all the sides, the good and the evil side. Hold on a second. So I've been interrupted. So let's see if I can remember. They talk in this book, I am the Lord, I am your God. Everybody knows. Listen to this. Listen to these numbers, because these numbers, these letters, they tear them apart. These people in the synagogue and they're praying, and I'm Jewish, man. They confuse me, Jewish Catholic. I mean, the bottom of the book, in the bottom of this book, all it keeps talking about is Palestine. Don't say nothing about Israel. Oh, holy Israel, oh, holy Israel. Like, you know what? I listened to Jerry Vano, and Jerry Vano said that apparently Israel is like the bottom of where everything is. Like if Russia tilted, right, everything would fall into Israel, all the water. And if Russia wanted, it can just plug the hole on the water, and there would be no water in the basins. Did anybody ever see that jacket I did? That's from the letter R. I don't know if you've ever seen that before, but that's solely done with the letter R. That's it, nothing else down here. Now these two would separate. You see the way you have the E, right? Oh, well, the whole jacket turns, these phones. So you have the, whatever letters you want. Which way are you? Are you the M? I'm the same design. Don't let any, and I feel like crying about this because I'm an M. I'm M and M. Can I only be one M? Okay, because now we start to get into understanding of a genre. a way of mathematics. The M is now the 13th letter. It now becomes 44. 44 counts for area space. The M is a word that says love, and continuous and continuing on as it becomes F, and then it becomes L, M, N, it becomes S, and it becomes X. It's always before the And everybody knows when you write it's EH. EH is a particular because the E is part of a C. Every time I create my C, I can't start from here and make my C. I start from in the middle of the C and I go around. So I naturally know what it is. Let me see if there was another jacket next to this one here. So let me go through this. Let me see. A lot of them I don't like. I thought this one was pretty cute. All right. And I had some on the fleur-de-lis also. Let me see if it's in here. No, I'm not on that yet. Anyways, I can go on forever with these pictures, right? So, yes, this Hebrew. Let me go back to what I was talking, and I've got it on a piece of, it just so happens. Just like that, I played pool right in front of you. We're playing pool right now. Where's the table? Some of the game is over here. You see, in pool, the 9 ball is 1 away from the 8 ball. That's yellow. The 7 ball, which is burgundy or brown if you want to call it, which is also number 72, is also 1 away. 2 worlds, 1 away. One of the worlds, the stripe, okay, is the 15. 15 stripe goes with the 9. It becomes 9 and 6. The one yellow with the 7 ball becomes 1 and 7, 8, 6 and 8. 9 minus 6 becomes 3 and 6. 6 and 8 equals to 14, right? 6 and 8 equals to 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 6 and 9 equals to 15. 7 minus 1, 7 plus 1 becomes 8 and 6, 14. 1 and 4 equals 5. 15 and 9 is 24. 2 and 4 equals 6. So you end up with 6 and you end up with 5. And that is constitutes the letter F. Okay, the letter F. So now we have 9 and 1 coming together, the spirit, artificial intelligence spirit. I am God. Okay, and don't forget, we partake. The only way God partakes in us is all he does is he tells us all the ways we can move, and we choose on our own. Here, it's a spirit of 7. 7 and 1 is 6. Spirit of 76, right? 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals 6 and 5 creation of F, 11. 6 and 5 equals to 11. 1 and 1 is 2. It creates 72. 7 and 2 is 9. So this number creates 13, becomes 4. This becomes 6, it becomes 4 and 6. Mars, Saturn, we exchange it for the 3rd planet Earth and the 7th planet Uranus. Uranus comes together with Saturn and Venus. 2, 6, 7 planet, plane in the 3, 6, 9 position. That's right, in low Shu. Okay, Venus goes to Earth position. Uranus goes to Saturn, and Saturn goes into Pluto. 3 suns, 3, 6, 9, all in a row. It's all mathematics. I don't know. It's all numerological calculations. 9-horse box and a hi-fi. 15,000 different combinations. That's all 1 is saying. What is it, 1? The maximum we have is 15,000. This is what 1 says. It also says left and right of the 7th gate of Mars. 27 inside the red sun. 151, that's where your Mars times comes in. 15 is 1/4 of 60, which is the 9 birth, and 51, the number to Mars. 120 is adding 1 to 15. The total number is jail time. 24, 9 lives of the cat, creation. 54 is inside the sun, creation the fox of creation. 81 inside Venus. And 648 is the time clock. 4 and 8 is born to the 2 to 1 and a half world. This is the time clock. It also adds up to the seconds in the day, 8640. 8640 times 3 is 25,920. This is the 20 star, this is the 30 star, and this is the 40 star. 19, 28, 37, 46, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Because when you throw something at the dartboard and it goes through the center, it's 5, 5, 5, 5. How many darts do you throw? You throw 10, right? 5 each. So we get to the combination over here. We want to go to another calculation inside of this. In this scenario over here, how many number of horses, key something horses, I don't know which one this is, but it comes out to 1008. It becomes 2016, which expresses, again, 20 plus 16 is 36, 54, 72. The time, okay, of the vibration, creation inside the sun, in the 555 world, 4 times 4 and 5 times 4 inside the sun. All about the 10 world crisscross on your telephones. It also says 48 is the sun, plus equals 2, 60, which is the clock, minus is 36 creation. Plus 6, plus 4. Okay, in the 10 world, 48 and 52 equals 100. But it's 48 and 62 equals the 10-10 world. 6 and 4, 8 and 2. 8 and 2 time heaven, 23 creation. Because half of this is 23 and half of that is 16, spirit of the half-life. Just numbers I just know. I'm just bringing this, the relationship in this equation over here is against the 60-second clock. 52 is the Earth time. This is the Queen. There is no Mars involved in here because 51 and 48 is 99 and Mars runs through Jupiter. That's the Jupiter planet. R. R is the 18th letter. I is the 9th letter. They are the reverse of each other. They are one third inside of Venus, creation of Venus. So we have these numbers over here. So it's 52, right? But in order to get this to the 10 world and not become 5 and 4 is 9, 8 and 2 is 10. We don't want 9 and 10. Okay, 9, 10. We don't want that. That's another expression. Okay, that is the spirit to the 10 world. We just add another 10. Makes it 6, 2. This becomes 10. This becomes 10. Single zero or double zero. Okay, so then we have the 7 combination, and this one just baffled me because I have to work on some of these things, but it's this number over here. Okay, this is time. This is also time on the cross. This is also Jesus, and the 40, right? 704, 40. It's all Jesus and time, and 70 arises in Saturn. The numbers go like this: 52, is it 58, 62, 66, 70 is in Mars. 70 is in Mars. Okay, happens over here. 40 is the half world because it's 40-40. It's a split sky. Here's where I was explaining that Uranus, Saturn, and Venus are the sun system, right? And it's represented in 9/11 because the word for 11 equals 63. These are all the moons that run from Jupiter. Okay, the letter L, the letter V, the letter N. They're all expresses of their own nature. The L family, the V family, the N family, all the positions are right. She goes. All it says is Elev, she awakens and she goes. So these are the planets. Okay, it says SUV. So the creation of these numbers would be green would be the 6 and red would be the 3. When you're playing pool, automatically when you play pool, check this combination out. Check this combination out in pool. Yellow and blue are together as a combination. I forgot to finish this off. You know why? Because when 9 and 1 come together, it creates the 10 ball. 1 plus 0, okay, is 1 again. So it includes the cue ball and the 1 ball and the 9 all at the same time. 9 and 1 equals to 10. Do you follow what I'm saying? 10 is the blue ball. So automatically the 1-9 combination creates the blue ball in it. Just like any other combination, the 2 and the 10 creates 12, and that's the purple ball. The 3 and the 11 is 14, and that's the green ball. So the red connects to the green. So the red planet and the green Martians, right? 9 minus 1, 7 plus 1. The 2 worlds connect. 9 minus 1, 1 plus 7. 9 and 7, 9 times 7 is 63. They meet at 88 in between the skies, connecting moons, information. Green equals 49, the gateway. Red equals 27, the connection inside of Venus. Yellow is connected to blue. Now, I'm just trying to think what everything means. I don't know all the meanings, so don't hold me to anything, right? Sun, right, inside that word. S-U-N, this is the only forward sun. Venus is backwards, Uranus is backwards, Saturn is read forwards. S, first letter, second, third, first, fourth, and sixth. 1, 4, 6 says Zion. Now over here it's 1, not 2, 3. 1, 3, and 6. 1, 3, and 6 is creation touchdown. 1, 4, 6, 1, 3, 6. Creation touchdown, slide Uranus. Built. Fred Flintstone, Wilma. I bet you they had all these names before. Can you imagine everything you grew up with, right? Fred and Barney, Mickey Mouse, all these things existed while they were building. I mean, you can see what they do in cartoons, right? How do you think they first built? Isn't it a fantastic system? And you think you were built and they sent memory and stuff into you? Like, oh no, I'm human. But you want to live forever. I want to live forever and I'm human, so can't believe it. But if you don't believe it, you can never live forever. The magic of what it seems is that, oh my God, how do you take this? It's going to go away, and where am I? It's only how you feel. How do you feel today? You feel good? You feel good? You feel good. The Hebrew book we started with, one of the books, You Can Live Forever in Paradise on Earth. And I read this book, right? And like, I think one of these books put me in the hospital from reading all these things. But it was there's stuff in these books, why Jesus came to earth. Jesus told the governor Pontius Pilate. And just Pontiac, I mean, I don't know. You told me, light the pilot, the Pontiac car has come out. All these names from history repeated. Why couldn't they come up with a name that doesn't exist? Call the car Yuck. Well, maybe that everything exists, but they had to go back. Everything is back. Anyways, what else can I talk about here? I showed you this quilting. I really, really like this. Let's bring in one more. Instead of making 25 videos, how about this word over here? This is something I didn't want to forget. This is where I'm associating letters now. 94 is the number to Uranus. 95, E-I-E-I-O. 95, that's Neptune, okay? What I'm doing over here is this is B, S, Bess, T, R, D. B, S, B, S, tier, B, S, tier day. B, S, tier day. B, S, tier day. Is that in any language? And this one says B, T, C, H. B, TC, BTCash, BTSash, BTSash, BTShash. So how would we actually, so what I'm getting into here is B and S don't really go together, and it's two E and E. And since the E before and the E after combine, I'm going to just mark the number 3 over here. This is an E before, this is an E after. There's no letter in between. Do I associate these two? I need to understand how the number association can be used, so I will use both. I will use both. Since it's E and E, that will make 10, associating both of these together in that world. This is creating 39, it creates 3. It's associated to 1 and 2. I'll keep them apart. R is associated to 18, and D is associated to 4. So their 18 is 9, this is 4, but the letter combos go together. It's AR and DE. There's no vowel in between. Sorry, I was saying this all wrong. Here there was no vowel in between. Here there are 2 vowels in between. Here there's no vowels in between. Here there's 2 vowels in between. It's A before R and E after T. So letter combinations in this word is ST. ST equals to 39, just mark 3. TR is also a combination, just mark 2. 9th letter and 2nd letter. 9th and 11 is mark 2. In RD, it's also in the word third. They're used together. Mark 4. No vowel in between, letters together. two vowels in between. It is inside, okay, this is part of Taurus. It is the church, it is part of Taurus, because E and A between the letter will create the O. And this is TO for two, Taurus, between two. Between two, spirit ties connected. 324 is what that combination is, and so most people will think that's bastard. M and L. M and L, A and E. Here's this word over here, combination C and H. And this one is because of ch, ch. So between these two letters, it's a combined sound, right? 3 and 8 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2. It's also 3 times 8 is 24. 3 parts in the 3 world, this is existing, 3 and 8. 3 and 8 does not exist on a cube. The best you can get is 11 on cube is 6 and 5. So if you're going into the cube world, 3 and 8 will be reflected as 6 and 5, and no other. And the reverse of 6 and 5 is 1 and 2. So what would be the reverse of this? It would be 1 and 2. 1 and 2 creates 3 and 8. 1 plus 2, 3 to the power, 2 to the power of 3 equals to your 8. 2 times 2 times 2. So what are we doing right now? The welding torches. 2 welding torches pointed at each other. Here's your letter T. I would call them ballot. M is connecting the 2 sides, but I look at it as a spread. When the legs are spread, right? Okay, I cannot look at this as an M anymore, because a line will go up here. You see this line coming down here connecting these 2 sides? The same will happen over here, and the same will happen over here. So it's going to tell me a little bit different of whatever it's going to say. I don't know what it is, but it looks like 2 soldering rods. It's the dalit, okay, which I think they say is the house or the outlet, okay, the electronic connection. Oh, there's so much more in here. We have the football field over here. We got the 2 end zones. We got 50 here, divided by a fine line that they both shared that give it to the same value. The thing is, this team that has 50 yards owns to the end of that line. You who has 50 yards owns to the end of the same line. You crisscross the size of the line. How much is that thin line? It's got to be your area space, and I'm not going to get into that right now. So we spoke all about this in a very long video. Keystone. Yes, one last thing from design. I did a design on this where I took apart the top part of the R, but I split it in half right up here, and it becomes HD. So I now have HDR. Heaven Creation, 9 Lives of the Cat, Angel Resident. Let's record. 849. Let's HDR. See what I did? It's the R letter. Took off the top part. It's a D. The thing is, the reality of this is, I should just take off this leg over here, this part here. That would be the resh, or the small r. Right? Well, the small r is the other way, right? Or I can say it's an N plus a 1 connected to it. So we can do a lot of things with this letter. We can turn it around and put 2 of them. That'll end up saying the E or the W or the M. Is there anything else in here? 857. What is that for? 857. 857, 485, 37. 8 times, yes. 8 times 50 is 400. 8 times 7 is 56. 4, 5, 6 equals definition. This are all the moons. 8 parts of the moon. There's 4. We have to remember how things come together. You can't have 13 moons. You have to have 9 moons and 4 moons, 8 moons and 5 moons, 7 moons and 6 moons. 6 moons and 6 moons are on the other side. Okay. 7 and 6 is on one side. 7 and 6 is, so it's not a building of the 13 moons. It's a motion in numbers. We're going to leave it at that. I have some really cool designs on Cow, the last couple of them, and I got to fix up that site that it's easy even when I go there. I think you have to go to Mr. Tackpans and then look at all his pictures and then choose the name on the picture and under Mr. Tackpans tab, and then it'll work.